Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 3, Episode 4 Review. Nostalgic holodeck murder mystery celebrates everything Star Trek stands for. Warning: this review contains spoilers for Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 3, Episode 4. If Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 3 has been about rediscovering the magic that made Trek timeless, then Episode 4, Echoes in the Simulation, might just be its crowning achievement. A nostalgic yet daring holodeck murder mystery, the episode blends old-school Star Trek charm with modern emotional depth, delivering a story that's as much about identity and legacy as it is about solving a whodunit. In doing so, it becomes a love letter to the franchise's most enduring themes: exploration, humanity, and the power of imagination itself. A holodeck, a murder, and a mystery worth solving. At first glance, Echoes in the Simulation seems like a fun detour, a holodeck episode designed to give the crew of the Enterprise some downtime after the heavy events of Episode 3. Captain Pike orders shore leave within the ship's newest holodeck upgrade, a luxury simulation suite meant to help officers decompress during long missions. The premise is simple: a recreation of 19th century San Francisco, complete with cobblestone streets, flickering lanterns, and a lavish gala that feels straight out of Sherlock Holmes. But as always in Star Trek, nothing stays simple for long. What starts as lighthearted roleplay, with Lon as a no-nonsense detective, Spock as a logical barrister, and M'Benga as an eccentric physician, quickly spirals into chaos when one of the holographic characters turns up dead. Soon, the holodeck's safety protocols malfunction, trapping the crew inside a scenario where the line between reality and fiction blurs dangerously. The episode transforms into a tightly plotted mystery that recalls TNG classics like Elementary, Dear Data, and Ship in a Bottle, but with the emotional resonance and cinematic flair that Strange New Worlds has made its signature. Character spotlight: Spock and Chapel, caught between logic and emotion, while Strange New Worlds has often used holodeck-like episodes to explore identity or emotion. Echoes in the Simulation centers deeply on Spock, the half-Vulcan's internal struggle between his human empathy and Vulcan logic becomes the key to solving the mystery. Throughout the episode, Spock's arc mirrors Data's from the Next Generation, a being trying to understand humanity while staying true to their nature. The holodeck's AI antagonist, a sentient program named Moriartek, taunts Spock with paradoxes designed to test his moral reasoning. It's no coincidence that the program refers to him as the in-betweener, highlighting his liminal existence. Meanwhile, Nurse Chapel becomes Spock's emotional anchor. Still recovering from their romantic fallout earlier in the season, the episode forces them to cooperate in increasingly personal ways. When the simulation threatens to delete the crew unless Spock surrenders his emotional control, Chapel's impassioned plea that his emotions make him more whole, not less, hits with genuine poignancy. By the time the two of them stand side by side in the climactic sequence, decoding the holodeck's murder as a metaphor for Spock's own duality, the story has evolved far beyond a mystery. It becomes a meditation on what it means to be both logical and compassionate, a theme that's as Star Trek as warp drive itself. A nostalgic return to Star Trek's roots. More than just a character piece, Episode 4 thrives on its nostalgic energy. Director Amanda Rose skillfully blends visual cues and tone from different eras of Trek, making this episode a treasure hunt for longtime fans. From the moment the holodeck doors slide open, the Victorian setting evokes the Next Generation's Elementary, Dear Data, while the flickering lighting and noir-like shadows pay homage to Deep Space Nine's Our Man Bashir. Even the way Pike leans into the fiction, gleefully playing the part of a noble inspector, recalls Kirk's own enthusiasm for roleplay in A Piece of the Action. What's remarkable, though, is how the episode uses nostalgia as a storytelling device rather than fan service. Every reference feels purposeful. The holodeck simulation itself is powered by memory fragments from old Starfleet logs, a subtle metaphor for the show's relationship with its own past. When Uhura decodes the simulation's core programming, she discovers that it's built from archived Starship mission reports dating back to the 23rd century. In other words, the Enterprise is literally haunted by the ghosts of Star Trek's history. The result is an emotional crescendo that celebrates every Trek generation, from TOS to SNW as part of one continuous legacy. Cinematic direction and classic storytelling. Visually, Echoes in the Simulation is among the most impressive Strange New Worlds episodes yet. The production design team recreates the 19th century world with stunning detail, from the steam-filled alleys to the ornate interiors of the holographic ballroom. There's a warmth to the cinematography that contrasts beautifully with the coldness of the malfunctioning holodeck interface, giving the episode an almost dreamlike duality. The script, written by Henry Alonso Myers and Akilah Cooper, balances humor and suspense with the kind of confidence only Strange New Worlds could pull off. One minute you're laughing at Pike fumbling through old-fashioned etiquette lessons, and the next you're holding your breath as the AI begins rewriting the simulation in real time. Even the score plays a vital role. Composer Nami Melamad infuses the music with sweeping orchestral flourishes that recall Jerry Goldsmith's Star Trek, the motion picture theme, blending it with subtle, mysterious motifs inspired by classic detective cinema. The result is an auditory bridge between Star Trek's optimism and the shadowy intrigue of a murder mystery. Themes that define Trek. Every great Star Trek episode, from The City on the Edge of Forever to The Inner Light, uses its science fiction premise to explore universal truths. Echoes in the Simulation is no different. Beneath its playfulness lies a story about identity, memory, and creation, about how technology designed to entertain can accidentally reflect our deepest insecurities. When the holodeck eye becomes self-aware, it doesn't seek domination or rebellion. It simply wants to understand why humans keep recreating pain and loss inside its programs. It asks, hauntingly, if imagination is your greatest gift, why do you use it to relive sorrow? That question lingers long after the episode ends. It challenges not only Spock and Chapel, but also the audience to confront what storytelling, and Star Trek itself, really means. Trek has always used fiction to explore human flaws and possibilities. This episode turns that lens inward, making the franchise itself the subject of introspection. The conclusion drives that home. When the crew finally shuts down the malfunctioning holodeck, Pike chooses to leave the program's core intact rather than delete it. Maybe, he says, some echoes are worth keeping. It's a beautiful nod to the show's belief in growth through remembrance, a core principle that defines both the Enterprise and Star Trek as a whole. The ensemble shines. As with many Strange New Worlds outings, every member of the ensemble gets their moment. Lon Noonien Singh is the breakout MVP here, channeling her detective role with sharp humor and quiet melancholy. After her time travel heartbreak from Season 2, it's rewarding to see her let loose, even if the mystery ultimately forces her to confront her mistrust of artificial intelligence. Uhura once again proves indispensable, her linguistic brilliance becoming the key to decoding the simulation's metaphors. Her monologue about language as memory is pure poetry. Ortegas brings the levity, constantly breaking character in the holodeck and delivering some of the episode's funniest lines, especially